Question: how long will your retirement money last? Allianz answers. Remember 2008? Sure you do. That was the year of the financial crisis, when the stock market lost nearly 40% of its value and shrank the assets that millions of baby boomers were counting on to fund their retirement. Of course, the market's rebounded, so no worries, right? Right? Well, it's true that during the years you're saving for retirement, if the market drops, you may have time to rebuild your assets that are subject to market volatility. But once you start withdrawing your money, that's when market volatility can have a big impact on how long your assets will last and how comfortable you can live in retirement. One factor in how big an impact is your sequence of returns. That's the year-by-year returns that your retirement assets continue to experience while you're drawing on them for retirement income. Here are a couple of examples. Say you're retiring with a nest egg of $1 million, and you plan to withdraw $50,000 per year, with a slight increase every year for inflation. Meanwhile, your remaining asset is still invested, and still subject to the ups and downs of the market. Of course, we can't predict those ups and downs, your sequence of returns. But let's say that in your first year of retirement, you get a really good return, and the next year you get another positive return. Not as good as your first year, but still positive. Then in year 3, well, a little less. And in year 4, ouch, the market drops and you take a loss. Now, with compounding, you'll average a good positive return over those 4 years. And that's what you want, right? So let's keep repeating that sequence of returns in the exact same order until your annual withdrawals have completely used up the asset. In this example, that's 38 years of income. But what would have happened if you had started withdrawing money in a down market? To find out, let's take those same 4 numbers, and this time we'll reverse the order. You still get the same compounded average, but this time you're starting out with a significant loss, then an okay gain, then a better gain, then a really good gain. And as before, we'll keep repeating that sequence until your annual withdrawals have completely used up the asset. But in this example, it happens about 13 years sooner. You'd have lost 13 years of income, and only because you got the same returns in a different order. Of course, there's no way to predict the order of your returns, or whether it will be an up market, a down market, or a flat market when you start your retirement. But one solution could be adding an annuity to your portfolio. A fixed index annuity or a variable annuity with an income benefit can provide you with income that's guaranteed, no matter what's happening in the market or how long you live, through a built-in feature or a rider that's available for an additional cost. Annuities have ways to potentially grow your money too. A fixed index annuity gives you the opportunity for accumulation without the risk of losing money in the market. With a variable annuity, you have market growth potential that's based on investment options you choose. Variable annuities are subject to investment risk, including possible loss of principal. Investment returns and principal value will fluctuate with market conditions, so that units upon distribution may be worth more or less than the original cost. The guaranteed lifetime income and accumulation potential of an annuity can reduce the impact of an unfavorable sequence of returns, and every additional year that your assets last can mean fewer financial worries and a more consistent level of comfort. Yes, a long retirement is good, but it's even better when you have the money to enjoy it. Ask your financial professional for complete information about an annuity, including risks, fees, expenses, and investment objectives.